Alright guys, we are ready to test. So, my E2S sounder hooked up here to my power supply. And let's go ahead and test. So the first tone is 340 Hertz continuous. What the hell? Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention I'm going to use my little system sensor MDL here for assistance. And I forgot to take the little jumper out, so I did a little encode spectral alert products. So yeah, E2S sounder to MDL to power supply. And now that I've taken the jumper out, it will be on continuous only, so we can officially do the test. So again, 340 Hertz continuous. British standard high-low, which is 1000 Hertz and 800 Hertz alternating at 0.25 seconds. Australian and New Zealand slow whoop, which is 500 Hertz to 1200 Hertz. Sweep at 3 seconds with 5-second pause. .800 Hertz to 1000 Hertz sweep, more commonly known as BS slow sweep for British standards, low frequency slow sweep. .2400 Hertz continuous. Actually sounds very similar to the 2400 Hertz that's on my MAEH sounder. 2400 Hertz to 2500 or 2900 Hertz medium sweep, also known as British standards high frequency medium sweep. British standards high frequency slow sweep, which is 2400 Hertz to 2400 Hertz to 2900 Hertz at 1 Hertz sweep rate. .500 Hertz to 1200 Hertz 500 Hertz sweep, also known, which I'd also call slow siren. I think it's used in Germany sometimes as an evacuation signal, besides the P-tap tone, which will come next. Next is din tone, or P for P-tap. Next is the 2400 Hz to 2900 Hz alternating, or British Standard's high frequency alternating tone. Next is 1000 Hz intermittent tone at 1 Hz rate, which I believe is is called British Standard's backup alarm for like forklifts and other warehouse vehicles. Next up is 800 Hz, 1000 Hz, alternating at 0.5 or 0.75 seconds or something like that. It's a BS slow alternating. Next up is 2400 Hz intermittent at 1 Hz. Next up is an 800 Hz that is 1/4 second on with 1 second silence. I've kind of coined this term or this tone 800 Hz beep, because it's kind of like a little beep, and yeah. Next is 800 Hz continuous. This sounds like the 800 Hz continuous that is on my MAEH. Next is a 660 Hz intermittent tone in 150 millisecond intervals. This is Swedish emergency tone. Next is a favorite of mine, a 544 Hz to 440 Hz alternating tone, also known as NFS 32001, Incendier French fire alarm tone. Next is a 1.4 kilohertz to 1.6 kilohertz sweep that is known as NFC 48265. It is a French industrial alarm tone for if like toxic gases are released, kind of like what the P-feared toxic gas tone is for in a lot of places. Okay, here we go. Okay, I lied. I skipped that one. This is actually 660 hertz intermittent tone at 1.8 second intervals, which is Swedish air raid tone. Now is the NFC 48-265 tone. Next is 660 hertz continuous, which is Swedish all clear tone. Next is 554 hertz to 440 hertz, alternating at 1 hertz. This would be used for Swedish. It's called Swedish turnout. Just another name for alert tone. So like first stage. Next is a 544 hertz intermittent tone at 0.875 second intervals. I am not sure what that tone is used for. Alright, this guy lied. So that would be it right there. This is a 660 hertz tone at 0.875 second intervals or less. I'm actually guessing it's going to be around 1 hertz interval, which that would be used for Swedish local alarm tones. Stupid guide. Next is 800 hertz at intermittent at 2 hertz. It's many of us Americans would call this 800 hertz march time. Next is 800 hertz to 1000 hertz sweep at 50 hertz. This would be known as BS low frequency fast sweep. Some people call it BS low sweep buzz or low frequency buzz. Next up is 2400 hertz to 2900 hertz sweep at 50 hertz, which is BS high frequency fast sweep or BS high frequency buzz. Next up is bell. Next is 554 hertz continuous. Next is 440 hertz continuous. Next is 800 hertz to 1000 hertz sweep at 7 hertz. This is BS low frequency medium sweep. Next is 300 hertz continuous. That is one of the quietest tones on the alarm. Next is 660 to 1200 hertz sweep at 1 hertz. This is a lot like what you would hear on, what you would hear on Wheelock MTs, the tone known as siren. Also heard on the Simplex 49 MTVs and their legacy product and their legacy multi-tone products. And the final tone here is a 2-tone chime. I call it doorbell because it literally sounds like a doorbell. Alright, that is the E2S A100DC24R European style 32-tone sounder. Rate, comment, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and I will see you guys later, and special thanks to my system sensor MDL for helping me out in wiring this device. See you guys later.